What's up, YouTube folks? This is for my trucking folks out there. And I think the little dog wants to say hi again. She's a sweetie. She's such a cutie, ain't she? Man, dogs are the best. They really are. But we're here on a day off, on a 34-hour reset, delivering this load in PA here soon. Tomorrow. We'll deliver the load tomorrow. So that's what we're doing. We did a good job of running ahead of the snowstorm, and we did our job. We did the damn thing. We crushed it. Okay. But let's talk about, I talked about the freshman honeymoon phase, beautiful phase of trucking. Maximize it. Check out that video. I talked about the sophomore blues. Very interesting phase, baby. But it's all part of the process. Check out that video. I talked about the junior optimism, the come up and the comeback. And now we're going to talk about a phase that I'm in. A little disclaimer, I've done, over 500,000 miles. I'm proud of that in 4 years. I've only been driving for 4 years, and I've been out here living in the truck getting the damn thing done. I've been doing all I can, really trying to come up in life, financial, economic, career, job, finances, and a lot of other ways too. Personal, family, all that stuff. I'm trying. But let's talk about what I call the senior-itis. It's kind of an old term that you use. I heard about it when I was in high school. You get that senior-itis, where you're a senior in high school, or it could be with college and stuff too, where you're kind of beyond burnt out. You're kind of done. You need a break. Or you need a change. You're looking forward to the next phase. And that's really where I'm at now. You experience different levels. If you're pushing yourself like you should be out here in trucking and getting the damn thing done, sacrificing like nobody else, living in the truck, stacking your bread, learning a lot, experiencing a lot, you're going to go through a lot. And you're going to go through different phases within these phases. And burnout is one of them. Hopefully you're pushing yourself that much. That means you're doing it. Most people can't sacrifice that much. Most people don't have that kind of vision. Most people, they just ain't got that. But maybe you do. I know I came into trucking with a plan. I had goals. And then they turned into goals, plural. They turned into bigger goals. My life kind of elevated a little. It did change my life. And let me tell you, the senior-itis is an interesting phase because, at least for me and my experience with it, the phase where I'm at with it, trucking so hard and working so much that I have, I'm definitely in a different phase from just burnout. It's a little more than that. It's really, I'm looking forward to the next phase of my career. Maybe it could be a different company, a different career path in trucking. Could be a different type of freight, mixing it up, doing something new, doing something different. But it's also a life thing. I'm looking to maybe get into phase 2 of kind of my plans and what I'm trying to do to actually slow down and have a work-life balance and stuff like that and enjoy my life outside of trucking. Gotten to a point now where, I or you have put in all that time, put in all that sacrifice, and now you might have barely enough to do some things that you need to do, want to do. You've kind of met some goals, maybe all of them, or maybe you've overexceeded. And now it's time to maybe change it up. Maybe it's time to actualize some of the fruits of all your labor. Maybe it's time to actually start slowing down in trucking at some point. Or maybe it's time to take a little break. For me, it's that level of burnout. I need a break. And I'm not talking about just, a week or two off. I'm talking, I got some things in life that I need to get straight with living in the truck and whatnot. There's a lot of things you can't take care of and do. And it'd be much better for me to take a break and I'm talking about 3 to 9 months from working and from trucking in general. And then come back hopefully fresh and new and ready to run it down again and maybe enjoy the fruits of my labor. We'll see how it works out. It just depends, But that kind of thing. That's that senior-itis. It feels like senior year. getting ready to graduate soon. And that's to me, that's my experience. You know, I'm probably weeks away, maybe potentially, and definitely probably within 3 months, getting ready to make some serious changes and to get ready to take a break. I might be looking to take a break for 3 to 9 months and get some personal and life things in order and get ready for the next phase and to come back good and strong again, hopefully fresh and with a clear vision. Because at the part of the senioritis, you know, when you've dealt with burnout off and on, burning it down for several years, you get to a point where you kind of lose vision, you lose sight of the goal, you lose direction, you lose willpower, you need a break. It's understandable. It's really understandable. When you do what we do, I think you probably understand. And if you don't understand, you're either not a truck driver or probably you haven't been working hard enough. Maybe you haven't been sacrificing enough. Maybe you've been taking a lot of time off. Maybe you've been taking a good bit of time off. I spend over 330 plus days a year in the truck. And I know there's going to be some people out there, maybe you're built different. I think I meant to do this for a career, but maybe there's going to be somebody out there that has something snippy, sassy to say, you know, that, well, I've been doing this 25 years, son, and I ain't never slowed down a minute, son. We used to snort Adderall on the steering wheel, and we would drive 16 hours a day, son. Still do it today, they might say. Well, it's not that way these days, okay? And it takes a lot more to come up these days than it did back then. But I'll tell you, it's an interesting phase. It's a very interesting phase. And I wish it felt a little more accomplishing. Maybe because I wanted to accomplish a little bit more, but I think, you know, we're in line with what I, you know, want or need. So, you know, it's definitely an interesting phase because it's a different level of burnout. You might need more than a week or two to really come back hard and strong, you know. But you got things you got to take care of. You can't, anybody that doesn't understand, when you live in a truck and you've got your stuff in storage for 4+ years, my stuff has been in storage for 6 years, okay? There's a lot of personal things I got to deal with, and I'm going to take time to kind of get my personal life in order, and I got some other things that I need to deal with and take care of, and a little bit of a health break too. When you're out here on this road, it's really hard to stay healthy and stay fit. It's almost impossible, and that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be phase 2. And maybe you're ready for that health break. Maybe you're ready for that break where you get back in the gym. And maybe you get back to dieting and hardcore dieting and things like that. And that's kind of a phase 2. And that's going to be getting ready for phase 3, because phase 2 is getting ready for phase 3, right? Phase 3 might be getting back out here and running hard as hell again. It might also be enjoying the fruits of my labor and slowing down. Maybe because I accomplished some things that I wanted or needed. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see. But I know that phase 2 is coming. Is what it looks like. And that was my experience with senioritis. So, I don't really know if there's anything else. You know, if you're in it and you haven't reached your goals, or maybe you want to do more, and you have more in you, and you might still be in like a senioritis kind of thing. Maybe you just need to, like I said earlier, maybe you need to switch companies. Maybe you need to switch your type of freight. Maybe you need to make some new habits in the truck. Maybe you need to mix things up in different kind of ways, and you got to squeeze all that you can out to reach your goals. That's what it's all about. Because you have to come up by any means. You have to come up by any means. I wish the best for you. And we're going to try to do this dang thing. But that senioritis, you definitely lose vision. And you got to take a break, a step back, and come back to center, get grounded again, get fresh again, and maybe enjoy the fruits of your labor. Anyway, that was my experience. I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe. And that little dog, you can say bye. Little side eye. You can say bye. Can you say bye to them? To me? Ooh, we out.